It was an ordinary school day, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing that would hint at the life-changing moments that were about to unfold. In a busy school filled with students all hustling between classes, there was one moment, a brief, yet profound act of kindness that would spark a chain reaction, transforming not just one lonely boy's life but the entire school. The kind of transformation you wouldn't expect from someone in Barron Trump's position. Barron, despite being the son of the former president, wasn't someone who stood out in the crowd for his fame, nor did he want to. Like every other student, Barron simply wanted to blend in. Yet, there he was, noticing something that most others didn't, a lonely classmate, sitting in silence, with no one to talk to, no one to connect with. This is the story of Barron Trump and his unexpected act of kindness, a simple gesture that would change a school forever, one that would inspire everyone around him. Barron Trump, son of a former president, lived a life under constant scrutiny. People always looked at him, not as Barron, but as the son of someone famous. His life was often more about media flashes and less about the real, ordinary experiences every kid goes through. He had his friends, of course, but sometimes, just like anyone else, Barron wondered what it would be like to be truly seen for who he was, not who his parents were. It was during a quiet break between classes when Barron saw something that would change everything. He was standing near the playground, waiting for the bell to signal the end of recess, when his eyes landed on a young boy sitting alone on the swings. His name was Liam. His posture slumped, his eyes staring off into nothingness as though he didn't belong. It wasn't just that Liam was alone, it was the way he was alone. He looked like he was hiding, trying to make himself invisible, hoping no one would notice. Barron couldn't help but feel a pull in his chest. He knew what it felt like to be seen as different, to be treated like an outsider just because of your background. He knew the feeling of loneliness all too well. But this was something else. This was real, raw loneliness, the kind that makes you feel like you don't even exist in the eyes of those around you. As Barron sat back in his classroom, the image of Liam sitting alone gnawed at him. He couldn't shake the thought of it. He remembered his first day at school, the uncertainty, the nervousness, the feeling that no one really understood him. But this was different. Barron realized that this wasn't about him, it was about Liam, a boy who didn't deserve to feel invisible. The bell rang, signaling the end of break, but Barron's thoughts didn't end. He couldn't just forget what he had seen. It wasn't right, and Barron knew he had to do something about it. He thought about what Liam must have been going through, sitting alone, disconnected from everyone. It made Barron feel something deep inside, something that pushed him to act. The next day, Barron decided it was time to do something that would change everything. He was nervous. What if the other kids talked? What if they judged him? But something inside told him that this was bigger than just school gossip. This was about making a difference. This was Barron's moment. The next day, Barron saw Liam again, sitting by himself under a tree. His heart raced. This was the moment. Barron walked over, with no script in mind, just his genuine desire to reach out. "Hey, I'm Barron. What's your name?" Barron asked, his voice steady but kind. Liam looked up, eyes wide in surprise. It was clear he wasn't used to being noticed, certainly not by someone like Barron. But Barron didn't care about labels. He just wanted to be a friend. "I'm Liam," the boy replied softly, as if speaking was an effort. "Well, Liam," Barron said, a warm smile on his face. "You wanna have lunch with me today?" Liam hesitated. It was clear he didn't know what to say. "But no one talks to me. I just sit here." Barron's smile grew. "I get it. I've been there. But you don't have to be alone. Let's eat lunch together. It'll be fun." Without waiting for a response, Barron sat down next to Liam, inviting him to be part of something simple yet meaningful, lunch with a friend. Barron didn't hesitate, didn't overthink it. He just did what felt right. What Barron didn't know was that his small act of kindness would not only change Liam's life but the lives of many others in the school. Over the next few weeks, Barron and Liam became inseparable. Barron didn't just sit with him at lunch. He invited Liam to join in every classroom activity, every game, and every conversation. He treated him like any other friend, making sure Liam felt like he mattered. At first, other students were curious. Some whispered. Others wondered what Barron was up to. But as the days went by, something began to shift. The students who had once ignored Liam started noticing how Barron was treating him. They saw how much it meant to Liam, how happy he looked, how his confidence was growing. Slowly, but surely, Barron's actions began to influence those around him. More and more kids started reaching out to others, trying to make sure no one felt left out. The once lonely corner of the playground, where Liam used to sit by himself, was now filled with laughter and chatter as other kids gathered, playing games, sharing stories, and enjoying each other's company. The change wasn't instant, but it was real. As time passed, Barron's simple act of kindness began to have a ripple effect that reached beyond the school walls. News spread through the community, and soon, people were talking about how one boy's decision to be kind had changed the culture of an entire school. The story wasn't about Barron's fame or his background, it was about his heart. He had chosen to see the person, not the label. He had chosen to be kind. Barron wasn't looking for praise. He didn't do this to be a hero. He did it because he understood something that so many others missed: the power of kindness. One simple act, one small gesture, could change someone's life, and in this case, it had changed the life of an entire school. Barron's story isn't just about one boy reaching out to another, it's a reminder that kindness can change the world. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Sometimes, all it takes is a smile, an invitation, or just sitting next to someone who feels alone. Barron Trump's example shows us that kindness doesn't need to be big or showy to make a lasting impact. In a world where so many people feel disconnected or invisible, we all have the power to make a difference. It's up to us to look around, to notice those who need a friend, and to take action. Who knows? Your small act of kindness might be the spark that sets off a chain reaction, transforming the world around you. As we reflect on Barron Trump's simple yet profound act of kindness, it's hard not to feel a sense of warmth in our hearts. In a world that often feels divided, where loneliness and isolation can creep into our lives unnoticed, Barron showed us all the power of one small gesture. He didn't have to reach out to Liam, but he did. He chose to notice, to care, and to make a difference. And that decision didn't just change one life, it sparked a movement, reminding us that kindness has the power to unite us all. In those small moments, when we choose to act with compassion, we plant seeds of change that can grow far beyond what we imagine. Barron's story is proof that you don't need fame, power, or money to make a lasting impact. All you need is a heart willing to reach out, to be there for someone who needs it, and to show kindness in the most unexpected places. So, the next time you see someone sitting alone, feeling forgotten, remember this story. You have the power to change their world, just like Barron changed Liam's. Let's all be the spark that lights up someone's day, because together, we can create a world where no one ever has to feel invisible again. If this story inspired you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. By subscribing, you're joining a community of people who believe that kindness, no matter how small, can make a difference. Let's keep spreading the love and positivity together. We can change the world, one kind act at a time.